Welcome back. You're with Talking India Ahead and I'm Saurav Sanyal. The immoral act of moral policing has reared its ugly head in India yet again. Tamil Vanan, a 21-year-old college student in Tamil Nadu's Trichy district, led to death after a gang of 4 unidentified men attacked him and stabbed him in the thighs. This because he was found sitting in a secluded spot along with his 20-year-old girlfriend, a nursing student, which the gang found objectionable and against Indian culture. Initial reports suggest that the girl was sexually assaulted as well. Cops admit that this is a clear case of moral policing. The duo had gone to a secluded forested spot some 20 kilometers from their college to spend some quality time together when they were attacked by this gang of 4. The harried girl was threatened with dire consequences if she didn't go back. The cops may have launched a manhunt and formed separate crack teams to track down the accused, but the question we are asking is, who will police the moral police? This case has only ended up reviving the nightmare of February 2017, when a young man in Kollam was driven to suicide after being socially ostracized and harassed by a moral brigade who opposed his affair with a girl and posted their photos on social media. But that is just one side of the story. The menace and the ills of moral policing for sure continue unabated. Is there no policing then? Is India then a banana republic? Big questions. Let's open this up for the big debate at this point in time. Joining me on the broadcast is Advocate Sachin Gupta, joining us from the Noida studios. M. Vijayalakshmi, spiritualist, also joins us on the broadcast from Hyderabad. Yogita Bhayana, noted women rights activist, with us on the telecast as well. I'm also joined by former cop, a man who spent a lot of time in the forces himself, Vedanna, who joins us from Hyderabad. If I could get started with you, Sachin, at this point in time. Now, look at what's happening. Everyone can just decide to take law into their own hands, decide what is wrong, what is right, and then, murder someone, leave someone to die, and then walk away completely scot-free.
See, what I feel is that I don't understand that where are we living. The kind of society that it has turned to today is something which is not acceptable. We need to understand that what were this couple doing there. At max, it can be a nuisance, but in a nuisance, what do? We need to understand that this is not even a bailable offense. It is a bailable offense. It is a non-cognizable offense, which means that the police actually cannot investigate the matter unless, and it cannot arrest anybody unless there is, the warrants issued by the magistrate, and unless the magistrate says that you can investigate the matter. And in case if there is any kind of an arrest, you will get a warrant, you will get bail for asking. So, and thereafter, if the matter proceeds, the maximum offense or the maximum punishment is fine, which is 200 rupees. So what if, they were found to be at that secluded place? But can there be moral policing like this? Are we saying that we are in a society where anybody can do whatever they feel like? So this is something which is not acceptable at all in a civilized society like ours. This people should be taken to task, and this cannot be allowed to go through like this.
Right, for sure. People need to be taken to task, and that is where the problem lies. And why is it that people can get away with doing whatever they want? What is it that is giving them this impunity and, in a way, a sense of cover that we can do whatever we want and get away with, with nobody actually being able to touch us? The fact is, M. Vijayalakshmi, let me bring you in. Time and again, there are stories that have come to the fore where the moral brigade has had a problem with Valentine's Day celebration. They say that it's against the tenets of Indian culture. Questions have been asked if a young boy and a girl have decided to spend some time together. We have seen that social ostracization, which has been compounded by these people, this particular brigade, they feel that, a boy and a girl, it is improper, it is against Indian culture, our sanskari culture, that the two people of opposite sexes can actually come together and spend some time. They have been publicly shamed, they have been humiliated. In fact, on our screens, we are putting out those graphics of some of the cases. There are examples galore of some of the cases where, extreme cases where even young men have been and women have been forced to take the extreme step. Who's responsible? What is it that we are teaching our children is what we ask, and what is our responsibility, Vijay Lakshmi, being citizens of this progressive country?
Here two things are there. One is how we interpret these moral values. We have been studying or disseminating knowledge about values and all those things. Every society will have some kind of controlling mechanisms. We cannot escape from them. But at the same time, in the name of moral policing, beating a person or injuring a person or humiliating a person is very, very wrong. Indian culture will never accept such behavior. But the question here is, even we too have to introspect our behavior. For instance, in the present case which we are talking about, which has happened near Trichy, the question comes, forget about Indian culture, values and all those things, whether a boy and girl going into an excluded place or secluded place, is it permissible or not? I am not saying permissible and or not, or in the in form of, let us say, legal and all those things.
No, but Vijay Lakshmi, hang on. You know, who are we to decide what is permissible and what is not permissible?
It is not.
If two young people, two young adults decide to spend some time together to talk to each other, wherever they sit, what is our business? Why should we intrude into someone's private space, Vijay Lakshmi?
At the same time, one thing is there. You can spend time, but at the same time, how it will be seen by your own neighbors, by your own community also should be taken into consideration. If one forgets to take into consideration such thing, then immediately those people
What
who
kind
are
of a
having
consideration are you talking about?
liberal
Yogita, just a moment, Vijay Lakshmi.
Yes.
You're talking of consideration, what others will think, what your neighbors will think. If two people decide to spend some time together, should they worry about what others will think, what their neighbors are going to think? Why should there be peeping toms in the first place? Yogita Bhayana, please come in. Now this kind of an argument, what does this tell us? Have we really progressed when we talk of India taking the leap to the next league? Are these mindsets going to pull us back, Yogita?
I'm sorry. I am so sorry and appalled and really feeling disgusted that, you know, we are even talking and we are listening all this, that what neighbor will think. This is the exact problem with our society. If an educated person like her sitting in the studio talking like this, I very much can relate to the somebody who had 4 people who gathered and lynched this boy and killed them. You can understand their psyche because it is in our blood, it is in our sanskars, you know, so-called sanskars in our country. Basically, this is a reality. You have to understand that how to change it. This is not our sanskars to kill somebody who's in love. You know, if you really want to understand the, you know, you really want to go and kill somebody, just kill somebody who has been a rapist. Not an innocent lover. I'm so sorry. So, you know, the whole mindset you can really gauge from here. The mindset of those boys, those who killed this innocent boy, and the people sitting and talking like what the neighbor will think. I think the whole society, the fabric is damaged. So, you know, it will not take a day or two, you know, few years. It will take, I think, whole decade or maybe beyond that to repair this. Because mindset is ruined.
Exactly,
It's
not a word of condemnation, and that is exactly what the cause of worry is. That is exactly what the cause of worry is. Not a word of condemnation for those goons who decided to target this young man and left him to die. Redanna, please come in. Now, where is all this stemming from? On one hand, we're talking about mindsets. On the other hand, it also brings us to the other big question. Where is policing in the country? Why is it, be it in north, be it in south, be it in east, be it in west, everywhere people think that they can take law into their own hands and that they have the right to preach others and tell them what is morally right and what is not. Where is the police?
See, it's a very barbarian act. See, even Supreme Court of India clearly decided declared that even a married woman or a married person have interest to wanted to have even live, they wanted to live together or wanted to spend some time or wanted to indulge in sex also, it is not an offense. Even now, a law came into force and so many cases were withdrawn. So at this juncture, on the name of model policing, doing this barbarian act is shameful to the society. What is that they are doing? They are friends, maybe classmates, maybe other things. So they know each other. They might have gone to discuss for their future or must be discussing about their own problems, sitting together, maybe kissing or doing something. Is it wrong? How it is objectionable to the people, those onlookers? Has it then behaving in the road, in the main road, or in a junction,
Exactly.
or in a railway station?
As long as
Yes,
they do not
they
cross
are
the limits of
causing
public
nuisance. They are
decency,
causing-
you know, or they are charged under obscenity,
Yes.
there is
It
no
is not
business for us to
it
get
is not
into their personal
objectionable.
space.
It is not at all an offense.
Absolutely.
It is-
Absolutely.
It is not at all an offense.
Absolutely, it is not an offense.
It is not
It is-
objectionable to anyone.
It is
They
not an
are-
offense.
they
Vijay
are-
Lakshmi,
they are
Vijay
measured-
Lakshmi.
They are measured.
The fact is, you know, here is a former cop who is admitting, and you know, this is what the government of India also says. There is a freedom that you and I, all of us, we enjoy. The fact is, you know,